Afternoon, guys and girls. Wretched day out there, so good day for stopping in and playing darts, chucking a few arrows, whatever you want to call it. So I thought I'd put another product review together based on my experiences um, with my current setup for my darts. I'm using the Dragon 180 as usual, 22 gram. And my new setup, what I've been using for the last couple of months, are the Laro Silent 190s L-style stems with the L-style champagne ring flights. And these particular flights are the shape flights. There is a slight difference between the shape flights and the standard and the rocket, which are a lot narrower at the top. I'll give you a flatter flight for the dart, but I like my darts to stand up a little bit so I can throw underneath them. So that's why I use the shape ones, because it just creates that little bit more drag. As you can see, the silent stems are spinning stems, and what I've found is that does two things. One, it extends the life of the flight, because it tends to move out of the way as soon as you throw it, or you strike your previous dart. And two, it allows you to throw into that last dart, and whilst it doesn't, I wouldn't say it eradicates big deflections, it certainly reduces the number of them that you'll get if you're throwing the darts right, of course. And that's not always the case. I mean, I still get big deflections because I'm still learning the game big style. So a few things to mention. They do fit really snugly in. I'm having to give that a good tug to get it out. The champagne ring, it's not really a ring, it's more like a cup that sits within the flight, and it's fairly easy to just push out. And that leaves you with a flight that's a normal flight apart from the cup holder. They're pretty easy to push back in. All I do is just flatten out the flight, push it into place, and it just clicks in lovely. And then of course slide it in, and then it goes, flight goes all the way to the bottom of the stem. Part of the stem that, well, you can see a small line at the top of the stem, that's the part of the stem that spins. And as you can see, it spins quite easily, it's got a lot of give, but what I found is that I don't feel any shaking or vibration when I'm picking up the darts or throwing them. Obviously there'll be some when it's actually in the board, but I'm not worried about it then. These are the Laro spinning or silent 190s, so that's just my preferred setup, but they do come in various sizes. I think they do 130, which is extra short, and going upwards of the 190 as well. Not quite sure of the numbers on that, you'd have to check out the website that I'm going to leave you links to. The biggest thing I've noticed is when I was using a normal L-style Laro stem, which is a fixed stem, with these type of flights, I was finding that they probably last about a month. This particular flight. What I'm noticing now is I've been using this setup now for just over 2 months, and as you can see, well, I hope you can see if the camera's focusing, is that flight's still in really good nick, considering it's had 2.5 nearly months of darts thrown at it. And what I was finding with when I was using the standard fixed stems was that I would get splits in the corner there. They would get quite a lot of abrasion on the actual top of the flight as well, and I would get splits down at the bottom. And I would find that even though it was a champagne ring, I was having to push them down into the stem a lot more often in between throws. With these, every now and again you'll see a small gap forming at the top of the cup, and every now and again I'll just have to push those flights down just to make sure I'm not getting any release or they're coming off when I'm throwing them. But I'm really happy with this setup. But I'll let you decide what you think of them. When I've thrown a few darts, I'm not going to worry about my scoring. I'm just going to, wherever my first dart lands, I'm just going to fire the other two darts into that dart so you can get a good idea how these stems and flights react. As you can see, I mean, a lot of the good slide that I get off the darts can be attributed to the darts, but I can assure you that the flights and stems really do react well when they strike each other. They move out of the way pretty quick, and you usually find that if you're throwing your darts right, that they react quite nice. Phantom dart. So might get walled up in a minute and start, there you go, firing the darts into the other darts. Sorry about that. So yeah, one of the criticisms I saw of these flights and stems, or I've seen written, is that they're very abrasive and quite harsh when the darts hit each other, causing damage and big deflections. I can honestly say when I've used the normal Laro stems, the stiff stems, yeah, I agree, there was some bad deflections, and a flight that costs nearly £4 would last about a month. So I agree on that. But these stems, these silent stems, I'm absolutely delighted with them, because I find that they really do behave nicely if you're throwing your darts right, of course. So if you're replicating each throw and hitting the darts, and I'm not concentrating now, so I'll just shut up for a minute. I think you'll notice sometimes when the dart hits the board, depending on the angle and the pace, the flight does move a little bit after it's hit the board, but I don't find that affects the darts at all for me, or the behaviour of them in flight. I think I needed to do a bit more warming up before we started. That was a good example of one of the flights getting out of the way of the other. And like I said, it really does affect the life of the flights as well. These stems, they really do prolong So I'll leave that up to you whether you think the price you pay for this sort of setup is worth it. But I'm finding that it's really helping my grouping. If I can get the first dart where I want it to. And you can see even when the darts are fairly spread apart, you're still getting that. You're still not getting that push off on the other dart when it hits the previous one. Well, I'm rambling now. Apologise. Let's concentrate. There you go. So one more throw, see if we can get a good, nice tight grouping. Yeah, not tight grouping, but certainly hit that dart quite well. There you go. So there you go. That's the Laro L-style silent stem. It's a 190 that, and the L-style champagne ring normal flights. I do use the Dimplex ones as well. When I'm finding my darts aren't standing up so well, the Dimplex ones even longer lasting and create a little bit more drag for you. Hope this helps. Stay safe, guys, and enjoy your darts. And God bless. Take care.